Hello and welcome to the third episode of
The Truman Truth.
Ooh, it's very cool. Uh, so, um, so the 4-day school week, was a very controversial change when it first came about. You know, with, teachers fleeting and everything, the school opted for a solution to hire more. Which led to 4-day school weeks with extended days across all schools in the district.
And it has really impacted both students and staff when it comes to going to school, from what I've been seeing for interviews too. It has made some people more motivated, it's given them more time to work. Like more time to just relax, basically.
Overall, though, there have been many downsides, but there are, I feel like, just as many upsides. There's just a lot to dive into overall.
Yeah.
So, with that, we are going to dive into the 4-day school week and whether it's a policy that should stay or not on this episode of
The Truman Truth.
Okay, so when 3-day weekends were first put in for the school district, how did you feel about it?
I was happy
And why?
because not only did I have more sleep, but to spend more time not in school, so that I had less worries about school, schoolwork, and all that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Offered a longer break to just relax for a little bit.
Yeah, because you kind of get that balance of relaxing from school, then like you get to like do work in between them, relaxing, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did your grades look once the 3-day weekends were put in?
Well, when it was first put in, they were actually pretty good, but not right now. They're not too good. But I think that's just mostly because of classes being really stressful.
Yeah. Understandable.
Maybe it's because I'm just a sophomore. It was a lot easier when I was a freshman.
So, around the time when 3-day weekends were put in by the school district, was there a lack of staff around, like compared to like students? Like there was like a smaller amount of staff compared to students?
I honestly think it's always been like that. Like ever since like I started school, it was
Fair.
always like that. It's just I think, well, at least when I was a Cub, because I used to be a Cub in Ott, which is next to William Chrisman. So I used to be a Cub at Ott. I know that there were a lot more staff there than actually at Luff, which is kind of weird because usually when I go to schools now, there's barely any enough staff.
Yeah. So, I need you to think about this one deeply.
I'm thinking, using my mega mind.
So, after, because of 3-day weekends, like, how have you felt when you go to school in the mornings? Like, let me explain this real quick. So basically what I'm trying to say is, were you like more energized to go to school, like more motivated, or like more tired?
I don't think at all any student will be happy to go to school.
I
in the
know.
morning. It's just they start so early, so then you're just tired no matter what.
Yeah.
I just think I'm a little bit more energized than normal because we're having 5-day weekends right now. What?
Wait.
I have a five-day week.
5 days school. 5 school days. Oh my gosh.
Not 5-day weekends, man. I wish. But no, it's been a lot more stressful since we had 5 days for school now. But
Yeah.
whenever I actually had like an extra day to have my free time, to have time to relax and then sleep, it helped me feel more energized
Yeah.
than normal. And plus 5 days feels so long. I keep sitting in class and I'm like, when is it over?
So like, my brain's not functioning. Please edit this out. Okay, so when 3-day weekends were put in, how did your parents react to it? Like, did they say like how it was a bit harder to watch over you, or?
They low-key do not care. I think it's mostly just a transportation issue. Because then we have to always keep track of what days we actually have Mondays on.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it a little harder with like divorced parents, for example, when you swap between houses a lot.
Yeah.
Other than that, they didn't really have a problem with the whole 3-day weekend.
Yeah, I can see how it's a bit more difficult because like you don't know when the schedule's gonna swap up. You don't know what plans your parents had or whatever. So I can see the challenge.
Alright, so I'm here with
Austin Jett.
such a cool name. I forgot your last name. Just like tough. Alright, so what are your overall views on the 4-day school week?
I think it really helps you out focus so you don't have to worry about like, say like Sunday, like right before Sunday or on Sunday, you're like, I have school tomorrow.
Right.
You don't want to be worrying about that really.
Right.
So you don't have as much stress. I think it's a good idea to have 4-day school weeks.
Yeah, it cuts out like that feeling of despair almost.
Yeah.
So, do you think that the prior year to this one, there was a huge influx of snow days, and those led to just a ton of extended 5-day weeks. Do you think that going through, the 4-day school week and then getting just day after day after day after day of, 5-day extended days, do you think that the 4-day school week is still worth it despite that?
I think so, because at least after, like, say we don't have to really worry about it. And also with the go back to having like shorter school days, I think it just takes off the stress a lot. You get what I'm talking about? Like,
Right. It's because the longer school days, like, because they extended it here, they don't really add much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much that we're doing with the extra time. So it's kind of weird that we have them, almost. Do you think that the having to have 5 days beginning and ending of the semester is fine, or do you think that it's kind of nonsensical?
I think it is nonsense because, wait, what? But it really comes down to the type of person you are.
Yeah.
If you are here 24/7, I like over the weekends because
Like, band students, for example.
yeah, it's gonna be a ton of stress on you, especially if you were doing something like band, football, basketball,
Right.
baseball. If you're doing a lot of other things, it's gonna be a lot more pressure on you, no matter what's going on. So
Yeah. And then the extracurricular activities too kind of have less of a place with the longer days because we're getting home later.
oh yeah,
So like for example, I have a sibling who's currently not in this school, but all schools in the district have the 4-day policy. She's going to play practice and she's staying until like 10:30, at night, and that's a lot of time. I mean, obviously some extracurricular activities do that, but it's a lot more than it would be, I feel. I think, what, it adds an extra hour to the day? I can't remember.
So from what time does she get off? Like
I'll
school
say
normally.
4-ish, maybe.
To 10? 4 to 10?
Yeah, I think so.
That's like another 6 hours.
Yeah.
That she has to deal with.
Extracurricular activities are fun.
Bro. Like personally, when it comes to this, next year, because I'm going to be working out a lot more, I want to start doing football, but I'm scared to.
Right, yeah.
Because I have a lot of stuff going on now, and I don't want to add more.
Alright, well, thank you for your take. Thank you for your time. Thank you for that beautiful smile.
So ever since the school has put in like the 4-day school weekends, and they're like, you know how it's like 3 days, and like they sometimes they can go to school on Monday. Like how did that impact you in the school district?
I don't like Mondays, gang. As long as I get a day off in the week, I really don't care. But the winter break has me tripping, bro. I don't like these 5-day weeks, gang.
So someone that I have interviewed before, so like when it came to the weekdays off, there was improvements in motivation for grades. Does the same go for you? Why?
I don't know. I mean, my grades have always been good, and I always stay on top of them. I mean, sometimes I get behind, but I find it mostly easy to get caught back up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm here with Judah Heil. So would you say that the 4-day school week overall is a positive or negative change?
I'd say positive, all because students can actually get sleep and not be overworked at the end of the week, so they can actually do more work.
Right. As someone who's had burnout and everything, it really does help having that day off.
Correct.
Do you think that having longer days, but shorter weeks in general, has been a good... Do you think that helps with burnout at all? Or do you think that having the longer days actually makes some things worse?
I believe longering the days is more fair, all because we don't have another day. But if it's like this week where we have Monday and it's just a longer day, then it gets pretty bad. But other than that, I think longering the days if we have Monday off is a pretty good idea.
Well, and then you have to take into account how they're handling the extra time at some schools.
Yeah.
You went to Pioneer.
Pioneer, yeah.
And yeah, end of the day, homeroom there was just time that we sat and did nothing.
Exactly.
So it's like, what's kind of the point of longering the days almost if we're not doing anything with the time?
Fair point.
Do you think that families who don't have anywhere to have their students, because again, this affects everyone down to preschoolers, do you think that families who don't have the money to pay people to watch their kids or have no way to kind of nowhere to keep them on Mondays and stuff, they're working, do you think that this change is fair to them?
I'd say I can't give like a definite answer, but if it's in like a situation where if they can't send their kid anywhere, I do see that as a problem of school not being if there's no school on Monday. Because like if they don't have any money and they can't send their kid anywhere and they're just stuck at home doing nothing, or they're hungry or something, that I do see that as an actual problem that should be fixed.
Right, and then, you know, there's a lot of factors to that, you know, like,
Yeah.
who's going to make sure they don't get into stuff? What if they get out? You know, you can't leave toddlers home alone. And then, last thing, Do you think that you've seen any personal improvement with your ability to work and focus in school with the shorter school weeks?
I'd say I've had more better focusing on my work, because on Mondays I would usually just accidentally sleep during the first 3 hours of school and not get any work done.
Right.
But that's also a factor of I can't fix my sleep schedule. But having Monday off is helping me with I get an extra day not to be like paranoid of tests, homework, anything of that idea, so I can get like an actual day to relax and not feeling like Saturday is like, oh crap, I have school tomorrow. Kind of
Saturday, you have school after. It is, I feel like, with churches and everything, too, many religions have the day of Sunday off, and so it's like off, or like you're going somewhere. I feel like it gives students with more religious practices an extra day of do nothing,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I'm not in particular. I can't say that word. I'm
Particularly.
Yeah, I'm not in particularly religious at all, but I do see that giving them an extra day so they don't have to be like it's like church and like immediately
Yeah, and then we got one day to do what we want, to catch up on homework. Then we're doing this all day, and then we're back.
Yeah.
You know, so there's kind of two sides to it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. So I'm here with.
Caden Fry.
So would you say that the 4-day school week was overall a good change or a bad change?
I think it was a good change because it gives us more time to do homework and focus and balance stuff at home and at school.
Right. But then, there is the aspect of, well, that means that we're going to get more homework, right, if we have more time to do it,
While that is true, it could actually be good for the students' education as they're having more work to work on, which helps them adapt and learn more.
Do you think that for families that, don't really have a place to keep their children while they're at work on days like Monday and everything, do you believe that this change is fair to them?
I believe that it may benefit them and will mostly affect them negatively because it's their situation that has,
Right, if
put
you don't
them
have the...
down. But I believe that the school could help with those problems.
Yeah, and then they did have a Monday school, I believe, where you could send your children there. I don't know if that exists anymore, though. So, do you think that, overall, having longer days has been worse?
I think it's actually been better. But in a personal aspect of things, I think everybody would agree that
Are longer days better or worse?
I would believe that everybody would say that they are worse.
Yeah. And then do you think it's worse, or it's worth, losing spring break? Like, the entire spring break to have Monday off every week?
Spring break ain't nothing.
Real. Yeah. Alright, well, that is... Thank you for your time. That's all the questions I have. So I'm here with...
Mr. Kuzer.
So, what are your overall views on the 4-day school week?
I love it. I think it's been very beneficial to us as a district.
So, do you think that comparing our test scores with the 4-day weeks is a fair comparison to years like the COVID year and years prior to that where we've had, or years after the COVID year, where we've still kind of been recovering from all of the virtual school and everything.
Are you asking if it's fair to compare our 4-day week right now to our past, like, post-COVID years?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say yes for some of them. Okay. Obviously, the COVID year is kind of a wash. The year after, it's still kind of questionable. Hello. But 2 years plus after COVID, we're fine. We're back.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of business as normal. We've looked at our test scores in 4 to 5 day weeks, and they're basically the same. There isn't a loss. Where if our scores were tanking because we were only going 4 days versus 5, we would have killed it after 1 year. But they're basically the same.
It's really kind of off topic, but it's interesting how, when we were all at home, possibly the least stressful environment for many students, we had the lowest test scores. It's just...
The thing is that people with like anxiety, stress, whatever, they think that like isolating or like being at home by myself is the cure for that. And most psychological studies show that that is the worst thing you could do. If you're dealing with mental health, it's recommended you connect with people as opposed to distance from them. So I'm unsurprised that as we separated, things got worse, because when you're at home, who's there to like hold you accountable? Your parents probably have to work. They can't be there to be your teacher.
Well, that kind of ties into the extra weekend where, parents are going to definitely have to work on Mondays. And so it's like, on the one hand, having days off is good for mental health, but then that kind of being the reason we had lower test scores also ties into that mental health thing.
I mean, academically, if a parent or student is worried about, if I'm not in school that 5th day, my grades are going to tank, we have Monday school. You can go most Mondays. We'll miss them every now and then, but you could go 5 days most days of the year if you're really dying to.
Yeah, I forgot they did that.
It's not a perfect solution, but it's definitely better than sitting at home, because they have teachers there for every subject matter. We all basically teach the same thing because our district curriculum is it's the same at Van Horn as it is at Crispin as it is here. And so, while it may not be your teacher who knows you personally, they know the stuff. And so again, if you're really worried about those academics, there's the solution out there for you if you want it.
So, from my understanding, the 4-day school week was put into play kind of because of the lack of teachers wanting to work here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this is a good solution to that?
Yes. The other solution is pay more money.
That's not
going to happen.
No, tax the poor, tax the poor.
But, having a longer weekend, and 4-day school week is very common around the state of Missouri, not in big cities and areas like ours, but in rural counties, rural school districts. They do 4-day school week all the time.
Really?
But it's small, and so it's not really a big deal. The only reason it's like a big newsworthy now is because we're a big district.
Yeah.
We're not like rural. Billy Bob's working on the farm on Monday and coming to school on Tuesday. But like, it's pretty common. It's successful all over the place. People have been doing it for a long time. I think for the people that are worried about childcare, that's the big complaint we hear, is you have to find someone to watch your kids on Monday. If you got like elementary school kids, whatever, take them to Monday school. You can drop them off. It's basically the same hours as a day. I don't know if we do buses for Monday school, so you might have to find transportation or something. But like, I think it's pretty well thought out. It's keeping us staffed, which is important, because like, would you rather your kid go to school 4 days a week with a bunch of certified teachers who have gone through college and are good at their job, or do you want to go 5 days a week where we have uncertified teachers or long-term subs filling classrooms because we can't fill our staff?
Right.
Can I have a pass?
So there is one final question.
Okay.
And do you believe that the 4-day school week is proper preparation to students for real-world jobs where they'll have to work constantly for longer hours, 5 days a week?
How long are we at school every day? Is it like 8 hours? 7 or 2?
Every hour is about 40-something minutes, and then we've got 8 of them, plus lunch.
Do I think it's properly preparing kids to work 5 days or more a week? I'm gonna say yes. In that you still gotta wake up early, still gotta show up on time to everything. When you become an adult, does everyone have to go through a phase of like, I gotta get up earlier and I probably gotta stay up later? I went to school 5 days a week when I was in high school, and it doesn't change that I had to still adjust to being an adult where I'm not waking up at 6:30 in the morning, I'm waking up at 5:30. It's part of growing up. Nothing really prepares you for it until you just start doing it, and then your body gets in a routine.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
No problem, Liam. Happy to help.
I'm happy to have you help. Overall, I really don't see many downsides with the 4-day week, and I mean, not a lot of people have either. It's kind of just been a popular policy overall.
Yeah. The 4-day weekend has helped
4-day week.
improve some students too, and like there is some struggles with it, but overall it has impacted everyone in a way.
Yeah, a lot. And I think the struggles honestly are overshadowed a lot by just the overall quality that is having an extra day off.
Yeah.
Like the longer days and everything leading to scarier after school hours. Like, that's understandable, but then again, you have a whole day off, which I feel is... It's become kind of so commonplace that a lot of people just look past that.
Yeah. From some people that I have talked to, I have heard that they were more motivated to do work because of the break that they were given. So, they got a break in between and then time to work, which made them feel better about not stressing too much.
Yeah, the stress relief and not having to worry about going to school on Monday is... I mean, as someone who, has got a lot of things on my plate, it's really helpful. I think the overwhelming consensus of the policy very much fits what it's striving to do. Mm-hmm. And I think definitely with its attraction to teachers and everything, as Mr. Keyser said when I interviewed him, more educated teachers coming to this district is a lot better than, floaters, and just people who don't really have a passion for education, long-term subs and stuff who don't follow lessons plans.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, this policy has kind of proven its place, if not with voting, then with the things that students have said.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that means we can unbiasedly say that this is a good policy for Truman High School.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, from Truman, this has been Your Truth.